Jesus, I hope you're not in love.
No, I'm not in love.
I've trusted you.
I want us to be together. I don't want to get divorced. I want us to grow older together. I want us to make things work, baby, please. I haven't cheated on you, and it hurts me that you're accusing me. All I did was to be honest to you. And it hurts me that you think that way, because I swear to God, I haven't lied. Like I promise. Like he's a friend.
My Wet Socks, welcome back to another video. I hope you had a great weekend with friends and family. I'll tell you what, your comments in our last video were so elite. You guys give better advice than the dog water therapists on the show. It's not even close. They should give you the salary they're giving them, or they should combine the salary and give it to Benjamin and Akini. Maybe that makes more sense, right? To have a couple from 90 Day Fiancé that was actually successful, went back to back, worked hard, and made it in the United States of America, giving advice to the other broken toys. I'm sure that they would have a higher success rate.
You want to see the pictures?
Yeah, I want to see the pictures. I want to see the pictures.
You want to see the pictures?
I want to see the pictures.
Where is my phone?
Wait.
First off, we got a comment from Mama Bear 959. I feel so bad for that baby. All eyes will be on that baby because of their mother's behavior. Also, has Jasmine mentioned her other kids at all? Imagine how they feel about this. I completely agree. Firm handshakes to Mama Bear, and I love your name because it's the exact opposite of what Jasmine is, because she abandoned her kids in Panama.
I'm gonna get pregnant so that all the girls support me. You walked in and was like, I'm pregnant, and all the girls was like,
Are you and also the people in the comments okay mentally, or do y'all hate women? Since when is it okay for a man, shit anyone, to act like this in this manner? And y'all talking about a shoe being thrown after verbal assault? A pregnant woman? Are you all like okay mentally, attack since day one, and not expect any response after verbal abuse? Who hurt y'all? Hey, fart mouth. My Wet Socks don't hate women. Actually, the majority of them are women. Also, Rob didn't verbally abuse Jasmine. He just called her the dictionary definition of what she is. And the only thing funnier than watching her crash out on social media is the low IQ people that defend her getting away with abuse on this dumb TV show. As we covered in my last video, you guys, Jasmine threw a stiletto at Rob twice and didn't get penalized by the network. But if a guy threw a shoe at a woman, he would go to jail and be fired by the network.
You idiot that sell your pictures online, stabbing your ass with butt plugs, and you call me whore. What the is wrong with you?
The reason why the majority of 90 Day Fiancé fans dislike Jasmine has nothing to do with Jasmine being a woman and everything to do with the content of her character. I've seen a couple fans compare this chica to the dirty bird, but it's actually insulting to a bird that's dirty because Angela Deem would never abandon her kids.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you seem very happy.
Wow. I am.
When are you due?
Prefer not to share.
There's this massive emphasis on Jasmine being pregnant. Jasmine voluntarily showed up at the tell-all and expected everyone else to kiss her butt and offer her praise for cheating on her husband Gino, engineering an entire fake storyline on The Last Resort, and then getting knocked up by the personal trainer at Planet Fitness that she cheated on her husband with, who's not only her husband, let's not forget this, that's also her sponsor. You got to think about how bad this looks on paper, which is why so many fans are pointing out that this is marriage fraud. Because on 90 Day Fiancé and all these spin-off shows, there is a certain reason why so many cast members stay together even though they're separated, even though they're seeing other people. It's because they want to get renewed for another season to make money from going on these spin-offs. Which is hilarious to me because I'll see a lot of fans comment things like, why are fans wishing that Jasmine gets deported? That's so evil. I'm assuming they're drinking from the same propaganda river as this fan that commented this, because it's not evil to hope that someone goes back to Panama that abandoned her children in Panama. You realize that, right? Sorry guys, I can't help but read this comment again because it's so ridiculous. There's a huge disconnect here between our community and other communities and viewers that occasionally trickle in that are emotional thinkers, because we think logically on our channel. We judge these dog water cast members based on their character, their words, their actions, and not their gender. And what it seems to me is that there's a lot of emotional thinkers that are so butthurt that Rob used the word whore. That's actually the problem right there. If he used a different word, I think that there would be less people that were riding this wave of Rob's the worst person ever and saying things like he attacked Jasmine out of nowhere. He didn't attack Jasmine out of nowhere. He said something to Jasmine that was true.
I just knew that this was all a plan for Jasmine to be able to be with Matt.
And it had nothing to do with an open relationship, had nothing to do with, oh, I think this will be healthy for us, and had everything to do with how do I get to be with Matt?
This clip right here was the truth, and the reason why he said that is because the host, Sean Robinson, asked him for his opinion.
Florian
Yeah.
and Rob,
Yeah.
you both told Gino
Yes.
that he would regret his decision
Yep.
to have an open marriage
Yep.
with Jasmine.
Yep.
Yep.
Learning what we have just learned, what would you say to Gino?
If she didn't ask him for his opinion, he wouldn't have said that. She called on him. He gave an honest answer. Jasmine didn't like it, which is why she right away invalidated what he said by saying that his relationship with Sophie failed.
I couldn't care less about his opinion. His marriage didn't work as well.
Neither did yours.
And yes, so what?
Mine looks a lot better than yours,
I
though.
take accountability.
For what?
Going based on this person's comment and people that think like this, if you're pregnant, you should be immune from criticism and being held accountable, which doesn't make any sense. If a pregnant woman goes and robs a bank and someone moves, they end up killing 3 people, are you going to run to their defense in the comment section and say, well, they were pregnant, in all caps? They were pregnant. Do you not realize that you're a misogynist for thinking that that person did something wrong because she's pregnant? It's so brain dead, guys. I can't even deal with it. And that might be a huge extreme because did Jasmine kill anybody? No. But what did she do? She threw her stiletto twice at Rob with the intention of causing him harm. What else did she do? Instead of actually having a proper debate and trash talking, she resorted to violence. And here's the real kicker. Like I exposed in my past couple of videos, she got caught for cheating on Gino in December of year 2023 before they even went on the show The Last Resort. So their entire storyline is fake. It's made for TV. We've already exposed it in our past couple of videos. Be sure to watch them if you haven't already seen them. They're absolute rippers. Why was Rob so bothered? It seems like he hates women. Is he an incel? He has a huge problem with women. Why would he come at Jasmine like that? Because Jasmine has been lying this entire time, and it would annoy anyone to see someone get away with a bunch of bullshit. She showed up pregnant to the tell-all.
So you take accountability. So you take accountability for cheating on your husband and getting pregnant by another guy.
Christ. Do I have to explain myself to you?
No, you don't have to explain yourself to me.
Myself to you?
Maybe you should explain yourself to the world.
What I have a problem with is this narrative that Jasmine did nothing wrong and she's the victim. You're fucking trolling, because you can say whatever you want about Rob. He never abandoned his kids in Panama. That's worse than anything Rob has done in his life. Putting her unborn child in danger by picking a fight with a full-grown man on a television show. On my last video, we got a comment from whatever Linda, a fellow YouTuber, that said, in BTS, Reba admits her goal was to share the world of polygamy in a good light. She's an activist, not a therapist, which is something that I've been saying in my past couple of videos. However, I haven't reviewed the Between the Sheets episode, so I was unaware that she actually admitted that.
I am a person who practices ethical non-monogamy, and I am married.
What?
The amount of people defending Jasmine is outrageous. She got to spend a good amount of time with Gino in Panama. She knew damn well what she was getting into herself. She actually communicated to the audience multiple times that she wasn't interested in traditionally good-looking men. Enter Dane. Enter Matt. She has a type and it was never Gino. What she did like about Gino is that he offered to pay for everything, and he was familiar with this kind of dynamic where you're a simpy cuck loser and you send a bunch of money to a girl in order to level her up.
Yes, I another dude. I'm pregnant, and I was in an open marriage. They're gonna call me whore. Whore is him.
Not to mention, Jasmine many times has told the 90 Day Fiancé fans that she loves Panama so much. Panama's the best. Remember all the seasons that Gino paid for her to have an apartment there, on top of spending a bunch of money so that she can get every cosmetic surgery she wanted at the Build-A-Bitch workshop? She was so comfortable talking about how not everyone wants to come to the United States of America. It seems like so many fans have amnesia. It's not like every single new season, it just starts over fresh. We also remember, those of us that have been paying attention, remember the things that she said in the past seasons. She really wanted to paint this picture like she's not interested in coming to the United States of America. That was always the reason.
Yeah.
Guys.
2 clowns. So cute. Like they feel like, oh, they are so strong and so masculine. Yes, I'm calling her hard because she's pregnant. I'm killing it.
I mean, as Connor would say, if the shoe fits.
He's mad because I was the one who discovered his secret. That's why he's mad.
You think I'm mad about some dumb you came here with?
You wanna see
I
the video?
don't care about that.
You wanna see the video?
I don't care about that.
So as we're all aware, the secret that Jasmine's referring to is that Rob sold nude pictures of himself back in year 2017. His friend had a website that was very popular, and he admitted that the majority of his clients were homosexual men. However, Jasmine made a huge mistake, and I pointed this out in my last video. She said that Rob was doing gay porn, which he wasn't doing. He was selling nudes. These were paid-per-view posts. That was already exposed on Reddit because one of his clients or customers he sold a picture to posted the picture without his consent on Reddit. Jasmine took a screenshot of that photo and posted it on TikTok to publicly shame Rob for what he was doing back in 2017, which is interesting because she's been an SW herself for numerous years. So it's not the first time she's done something like that. Jasmine is very comfortable shaming other SWs. However, doing the most to try and preserve her public image because she wants to be respected. She'll make fake accounts and comment on numerous videos. She wants fans to like her really, really bad. And to bring this up now and throw this in his face when you're losing the argument because you don't have any valid points to make that would justify why you move the way you move, it tells us everything we need to know. Because in terms of taking low blows, even though so many women are outraged because they're having an emotional reaction and being emotionally manipulated by other content creators, it's very clear to everyone that thinks logically, not emotionally, that Jasmine was very whack here. Rod could have turned to her and talked about how she's an SW, she has an OnlyFans. Before entering this relationship with Gino, she was an escort on top of being a teacher in Panama. She also met Gino on a sugar daddy dating website. So for her to come at Rob like this, it's incredibly hypocritical, and that is very apparent to all the fans that are familiar with the lore that have been watching every single season that Jasmine and Gino have been on. However, there's a new wave of 90 Day Fiancé fans that don't know the history, and they're very susceptible to other people that feel this personal attachment to these kind of beliefs. And that belief is that Jasmine is somehow this boss girl. She's not a boss girl. I mean, the definition of a boss girl, in my opinion, should be someone that doesn't use other people, that works hard. For example, I watched this movie. I don't know if you guys have seen Erin Brockovich. It's now my new favorite Julia Roberts movie, but my girlfriend told me about this movie and I watched it with her a couple days ago. And I was blown away because this woman was struggling to get a job. She had children. She was really down on her luck. She gets a chance and she zeroes in. All of her focus, all of her time is on this case, and she ends up becoming a multi-millionaire. It's based on a true story because she sacrificed the time and energy and dedicated it to this craft. And I think that regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, if you dedicate your time and energy to a craft and you achieve success, that's something we can all applaud, because that's incredible. If you go through life using other people to get what you want instead of actually working hard and achieving what you want based on your own merit and hard work, how can you respect that?
It's okay, dude. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your support.
Even Brandon's thinking to himself, Gino, you're so cringe. It shouldn't take Rob having this fight with Jasmine for you to hop on the bandwagon and call her a hoe. If you believe that Jasmine was this hoe and recognize that, you should have ended this relationship a long time ago. You shouldn't enter relationships as a customer expecting different results or expecting to make that person a wife, someone that you're going to grow old with. They already don't respect you at the start of the relationship, dude.
I need my shoes.
Please don't throw anything or hit anybody. You promise me.
Okay.
Okay? You promise?
You good? Cinderella.
I know.
Wow, are you serious? How tilting is that? They call Jasmine Cinderella. They're making jokes about it. After she assaults Rob twice, she doesn't even get a slap on the wrist. It is so crazy to watch. If the roles were reversed gender-wise, she would be arrested and fired.
There is no throwing anything at each other. Those actions will lead to a removal And please let us not use language that crosses the line. We can disagree and still be respectful.
This is the most biased dog water host in the history of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, and it's baffling that she's still able to have this job. You allowed Jasmine to assault Rob twice, get away with it, and then you want to throw out this BS disclaimer talking about not using offensive language as well. That's funny to sprinkle that in because Rob called her the dictionary definition of what she is. Clap it up for the network that promotes assault. The fix is in, and that's very apparent. We know where they stand because for years, the network has shown favoritism towards women instead of men and allows women to get away with physical abuse. And they try to justify it by saying, oh, they used mean words. Jasmine also called Rob a whore. That's the thing, is that they could call each other whores all they want and it would be accurate because both of them are the dictionary definition of those words. So none of us would take offense to that. The issue is that if someone says something that emotionally triggers you and you turn to violence and you're not reprimanded, that sets a terrible example for the audience. Like, this behavior is okay, it's tolerable, it's accepted to feel so emotionally triggered that you resort to violence and you're gonna get away with it. No, that's not how the real world works. You're a misogynist, you're an incel, because if someone says mean words to you, you have the right to take off your stiletto and throw it at them. What a load of bullshit.